Hey everybody, I am David, and today I'm going to be talking about The Flash, Season 4, Episode 17, Null and Annoyed. Because we can all be a little bit annoyed with Ralph. So let's get right into Ralph while we're at him. Speak of the devil. Ralph was actually handled really well in this episode, I'm happy to say. I wasn't as annoyed with him as I thought I would be, because there have been episodes where he has been pretty good. The writers have handled him pretty well, and there has been episodes where I'm like annoyed with him. And just like Barry in this episode, he was annoyed with Ralph in this episode. But they really got us to sympathize with Ralph closer towards the end of the episode. When Ralph reveals his backstory and why he's always cracking jokes. And I'll say that I did sympathize with Ralph a little bit there. I understood how that feels to like crack jokes in times when you're scared or even angry at times. To try to, because, you know, you don't always want to bring things down, make things worse. So sometimes cracking jokes is a way to like relieve the tension once in a while, and so you can relate to Ralph in that sense. And this episode, at least they didn't go full out with the jokes like they could have. And in the beginning, when Barry turns into a balloon, at one point, he doesn't turn into a balloon, but he starts floating in the air. I was a little worried that the episode was going to be full camp, but thankfully they evened it out very well in this episode, I felt. Funny enough, the episode was directed by Kevin Smith, who I think has directed one not-so-great episode and one pretty good episode. So this now evens it, not evens out the playing field, but he gives it now two good episodes I felt that he directed so far. The other one, I don't remember thinking it was terrible, but I remember being kind of disappointed with it. That one I think was a little bit more campier. I forgot which episode it was right now, but I remember there was one that I was kind of disappointed with. But yeah, this one was a nice episode directed by Kevin Smith. We even got a nice little cameo from both Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, who were both, funny enough, acting like their Jay and Silent Bob counterparts. Were they Jay and Silent Bob? I don't think so. But it was a nice little cameo and nod to those characters, because Kevin Smith was even staying silent throughout his cameo, which I thought was a little pretty funny, seeing both of them together like that. Now we know what a Jay and Silent Bob would be like in a PG-13 type of show, or movie for that matter. We also get some Cisco storyline going on in this one. Cisco deals with Gypsy's father again. He returns, and if that was my stepfather or my father-in-law, I'd be like creeped out, like hiding under the table or something. I don't know. I'd be staying far away. But Cisco has the balls to like help him out, and because he's his Gypsy's father's like losing his powers, and he asks Cisco for help to bring them back, and unfortunately age is catching up with him, and it's better that he retires. And I actually thought this storyline for B storyline was pretty nice. It was a nice little storyline that could have went all sorts of wrong. And I really enjoyed it. And he offers Cisco a job, if you will, to take over as the new Breacher. So will Cisco take it? Won't he? Will he have to leave Team Flash in order to take that over? I don't think so. Cisco, someone was teasing, I think it was a site, Entertainment Weekly or something, was teasing whether or not Cisco is going to be leaving the show. And I don't think so, because Cisco is the heart of the show. I think they'd be losing a lot if Cisco left, and I would throw all the money at him to keep him on. You know, if that's what the actor is trying to indicate. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I just know I don't want Cisco to leave. Cisco's got to stay. He is like the voice of the fans. Whenever he's on, he's thinking what the fans are usually thinking. So I hope Cisco doesn't leave. Let's just put it that way. I hope they find a way to keep Cisco on. And maybe this is just their way of giving him a new storyline to play with next season. We'll see. And then we also get some stuff with the Thinker and the Mechanic. And this was actually my least favorite part about the episode. I am actually getting a little bored of the Thinker storyline. It's just not that interesting to me right now. All these changing bodies and everything, it's confusing. I actually forgot that who was the last body he turned into. I remember now it was the country singer. But going into this episode, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. He transformed into, he's got that body now. It's like so confusing. I just wish we could have just stuck to one actor playing the part of the Thinker and kept it that way. I don't know why they had to keep changing the bodies for. I get this is part of the Thinker's grand scheme. We don't even know what the fuck the scheme is. So, with that being said, yeah, I'm just not buying into the Thinker plot. But you know what? The season's wrapping up, so let's hope that whatever this is leading up to, they prove that this is all worthwhile. So, but right now we're nearing the end. I mean, this is episode 17. There's like what, 5 more episodes left? I don't know, but that's just me. And then we got a little tease with Harrison Wells there at the end. He goes into a hidden room, and I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on here? We haven't seen Harrison Wells in this room in a long time. Even though it was the Eobard Thawne Harrison Wells. And he is growing smarter and smarter by the day. As his attitude in this episode seemed a little off to me. And maybe the ending of this episode explains why. So after he puts the helmet, the thinking helmet, in the closet where the Reverse Flash costume used to be, he goes and tries to activate Gideon. And funny enough, Gideon does wake up. Now, I'm not sure if that was the original actress who did the voice of Gideon, because the original actress is actually, I'm not going to butcher her name up. So she's the actress who plays Leslie Tompkins in Gotham. She also is the love interest of Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool. She's the love interest in that movie. I always butcher up her name, so I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Monica something, I forgot. Anyways, she's a very beautiful and wonderful actress. She did the voice of Gideon in those early Flash seasons. But obviously on Legends of Tomorrow, there is a different actress doing the voice of Gideon. Now, the actress in this one sounded different from the ones on Legends. So I'm going to guess that was the original actress. I didn't check the credits, so if anybody wants to confirm that, go for it. But here's my theory on what that ending is indicating. I don't think that's Harrison Wells from Earth 2. I think that's actually Eobard Thawne. We know Eobard Thawne is out there somewhere. And I have a feeling something happened to the Harrison Wells from Earth 2, Harry. And this Harrison Wells is actually Eobard. And somewhere in the episode, or sometime from last week, Eobard kidnapped Harry, and he's now in his place. Because Gideon even says, oh, it's been 1,000 whatever days since we last talked. which would be nice timing from season 1. It has been 4 years, so Gideon would probably know the exact amount of days it would have been since they last talked. So I think she is talking to Eobarthon. She knows it's that Harrison Wells, and I'll love it if I'm right. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the Harry Wells from Earth 2. Who knows? But we do know the last time we saw Eobarthon was in the crossover event, Crisis on Earth X, and Barry did let Thawne go off, and he did look like Harrison Wells last time we saw him. So I wouldn't be surprised. And I think there were rumors before the Christmas break that he would be returning. So let's see how things turn out with that. There's so many loose storylines right now. Like there's that mystery girl that's around the place. We haven't seen her since she bumped Caitlyn in the cafe and said sorry, it was an accident, and we know that it wasn't. And now there's this storyline. So there's a lot of storylines that they're gonna have to wrap up, unless they don't plan on wrapping it up and they plan on carrying some through to next season. It's not like the Arrowverse hasn't done stuff like that before. So Arrow has done it plenty of times. They have opened up storylines, but they don't pick it up until like later seasons, which sometimes really works really well for them. So we'll see what they plan on doing. I think this is one that they're going to be revealing very soon, though. So we'll see. With that being said, guys, I hope comment below and tell me your thoughts on this episode. I thought it was a really good episode. Not a great episode, but it was entertaining. And unlike the title, Null and Annoyed, I did not get annoyed with this episode. I thought it was nice. I thought Ralph behaved himself in this one. And the character of Null, maybe that was a little bit... I didn't care too much for that. But for the most part, and the Thinker and the mechanics stuff, I didn't care too much about. For the most part, though, everything else was rather nice. So can't wait for next week. Comment below. Like this video. Subscribe to my channel, especially if you're a huge fan of the Arrowverse, because I review Arrow and Flash every time there's new episodes. And I also do my DC TV weekly rankings on Saturday, where I rank all the DC TV shows that I watch, along with Gotham, Legends, and Krypton, and Black Lightning. So Saturday we have a whole bunch of DC TV shows to rank. So until then, take care, and until next time, take care.